Dr. Beverly, your host, and welcome to the Dancing Bear Enlightenment Academy podcast, Holistic Transformation. Today we have a wonderful guest, Grace Mosgeller. She is the Soul Purpose Sage. Grace is a gifted energy healer and soul purpose coach who empowers spirituality, mind, entrepreneurs to align their purpose and passion with their plans for profits so they can scale their business with simplicity and ease. Today, she will talk to us about your soul's money-making genius. Welcome, Grace.
Well, hi, Dr. Beverly. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're just so pleased that you could be here. So you have a unique style of helping transform your clients. Help us understand that.
Well, I do. A really quick, short story of me. It was, 25 years of personal transformation and healing, and just being stuck at a certain income ceiling level. And no matter what I did in the physical world or in the spiritual world, I just couldn't budget. And so I came up with two things. One is the 3-step methodology, signature methodology called your soul's money-making genius, and a system of energy, using energy healing, first of all, energy healing and mindset transformation to facilitate permanent change quicker, faster, more completely, and with a lot less of the grief that, when you face your stuff, it's a lot less intense. And that's that. So,
and a lot of people have barriers with money, don't they?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And it just turns out to be a really big metaphor. So what worked for me was, why I'm the soul purpose sage was I came out of a childhood not knowing who I was and really confused about it. And that was the biggest reason why I wasn't making money, because I was not being authentic with myself. So when I came across this soul purpose, personality profiles, like archetypes, and then there's specific characteristics within those archetypes that I could identify with. And oh, that's me. Oh, and so, well, of course, I identified mostly with the lower self qualities because I wasn't in my power. I wasn't empowered.
Yeah.
And so once I realized what the higher self qualities of my soul were and started embracing them, I can talk now. And before, with you wouldn't have had me up here, I would have been melted away in shame and embarrassment, right? That's one thing. And so the first step of my signature methodology is really getting to know yourself and self-validating who you are at the soul level. And what's cool about that is your soul kisses you back every time you figure out who you are. And it goes, whoa, in this little kind of glow that's tangible, that, like if you're tasting something sweet or sour, it's tangible to you, but no one else, right? And this is the same. Your soul kisses you back inside. So it's your inner guidance system on steroids. It's really cool. And so that's the first step. And the more you really lean into that and embrace your higher self, and that's when the fulfillment comes. And that's when the inner pleasure current lights up. And that's when you've got the feeling of faith. And the feeling
of what?
Feeling of faith.
Oh, faith. Okay.
Faith and fearlessness, which I think if we have time, I'm Dr. Beverly. I'd like to take you through a guided healing meditation.
Oh, wow.
To let you know what I'm talking about. So step 2 is, so once you kind of got this self-confidence from self 1 that you can feel, and believe in yourself that you can feel, then step 2 becomes reframing your sacred relationship with money so that you know unequivocally that the give and exchange of money is love.
Yeah.
And you've already got first part of the giving because that's your sole purpose. That feels good. That's love, right? And then it begets, oh, how do you receive?
Yeah.
And so receiving is all about receiving love which is receiving money. And so that once that's all built up and beautiful, and it's you know it in your head that it's in your body, it's in every cell in your body. You cannot mistake it, can't second guess yourself. So once you have that, that's your power. And when I say power, I mean power to influence yourself to do what you know you should do and stop doing what you know you shouldn't, to influence others, to take your call to actions, to align with your truth and align with your purpose and your mission, and so that they can do the same with theirs. And also the power to create in reality, to create your best life. Yes. And when I guide my clients to really affirm for themselves that every day in every way they're making more money than that the demands of their lifestyle and unexpected expenses want, or want to pull from you. And so making more money than you spend, and that's a feeling that you generate. And then the hitch in your giddy up that takes kind of goes, whoa, yeah, that's nice, but let's have some resistance against that, is your sacred relationship with power. And that's step 3. And basically really reframing it so that power, you have the choice to not do the power over, or to not do the power over because it was done to you and you refuse to do it. And it also gives you that choice to really embrace, wow, when I jump, other people jump as well. That's huge. And that can be really scary when you're a little used to being on the receiving side of someone going like this, or tricking you somehow, betraying you somehow. So that's my Soul's Money Making Genius, like signature methodology. But what I think I really want to share today in this podcast is how to access that feeling. Is that something you'd like to do, Dr. Beverly Lloyd?
Sure, we can use me as a guinea pig.
Okay. So if anybody's following along, you can do that too as well. So what I like everybody to do, if you're sitting, you can do the standing up or sitting down. Laying down's all right, but I'm going to be really connecting us between heaven and earth. So being in a vertical position is a lot easier. So go ahead and feel your sit bones on the chair. And feel your feet on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And take in a slow, deep breath from down, deep, deep, deep in the earth into your heart. Inhaling up into your heart. And exhaling with gratitude up into the sky, up into the divine. And receive a breath from the divine, letting it kiss you back. And bring that breath into your heart. And exhale with gratitude down into the earth. Breathing in from the earth up into your heart. Exhaling with gratitude up into the divine. Inhaling from the divine into your heart. Exhaling from your heart down, down, down into the earth. Bringing your attention to your heart space. And when I say heart space, that's the space and just above your solar plexus, between where your third chakra and your heart, where your solar plexus and your heart reside. And in your mind's eye, in your heart-centered mind's eye, bring to your attention the times in your life where you've experienced joy, happiness, connection with nature, connection with the people you cherish most. Maybe it was in your childhood. Maybe it was a little bit older. But bring those joy-filled memories into your heart space. What did it smell like? What did it feel like? What kind of delight and twinkle was in the air or was in the eyes of the people around you? How did nature delight you? You feel the wind or the breeze, or the connection of people that you loved and that loved you back. And feeling those feelings in your heart space, grow them with gratitude. Breathing in from the divine, mixing it with your joy, exhaling with gratitude back to the divine. Inhaling through your heart, and exhaling gratitude to the divine. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to feel the expansiveness of those feelings in your heart, in your heart space. Feeling your heart space grow with warmth, filling your chest. Feeling your upper neck, chest, and shoulders and arms. Feeling the warmth spread into your abdomen, into your pelvis, down your legs, through your feet, and up the top of your head. Now, take this feeling of joy, this warm, tangible feeling of warmth, of delight, and see if you can focus it on your dantian. It's the point between your belly button and your pelvis in the center of your body. Breathing in and out through there, filling that space with joy, with gratitude, with delight. Breathing in and out of that space, seeing if it feels warm. Maybe it feels pulsing. Maybe you just know it's there. Breathing deeply. Inhale a breath up into your solar plexus. And see if you can notice or feel a tiny sun of warmth, of glow, of delight. Checking in with your pelvis. Seeing if you can feel that. Feeling the glow in your pelvis. Feeling the glow in your solar plexus. Breathing deeply. With gratitude, travel this feeling up your spine, up the center of your body, to your high heart area, place where soul contracts between yourself and the divine, between yourself and others, between yourself and humanity reside. Feeling any warmth, any sensation, any glow. Breathing deeply. Inhale from the divine into your high heart. Exhale from your high heart up into the divine. Inhale from the divine into your solar plexus. Inhale from your solar plexus. Exhale to the divine. Inhale from the divine into your lower belly, your dantian, the spiritual center, where you're connected to the purpose you're here to do in physical reality, your spiritual life purpose. Feeling the warmth in all three centers. Now draw your attention to the back of your head where your spine meets your skull. And see if you can notice any sensation of warmth, of delight, of glow in that aha point. This is the point of discernment. Discernment between your angels and the ones that aren't your angels, also known as your demons. Breathing deeply. Noticing the feeling. Exhaling with gratitude into the divine. Inhaling from the divine into your aha point. Take a deep breath and notice if you can feel all those centers pulsing in unison. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Just notice and witness and enjoy. And then take another deep breath in, this time from deep, deep down into the earth, and draw it all the way up your spine at the center of your body to the pineal gland, your third eye in your head. Feeling the warmth, feeling the light. Maybe you see colors. Maybe you don't. Maybe you feel an expansiveness. Maybe it's pure, pulsing delight. And inhale both from the divine and the earth into your heart. And exhale with gratitude, both to the divine and to the earth. Inhaling from heaven and earth into your heart. Exhaling to heaven and earth with your heart. Inhaling with heaven and earth to your heart. Exhaling from heaven and earth to your heart. Breathing deeply. Feeling all of your spiritual centers, noticing them, feeling them, activating them. When you're ready, see if you can take this feeling and fill every cell in your body, starting with your feet, allowing this huge, beautiful, divine energy of warmth, of delight, of peace. Surround your feet, feel your feet, make them feel warm and tingling. Allowing that light to travel warmly up your lower legs, around each of your thighs, around your hips, and spill into your lower pelvis. Feeling the warmth spread up your pelvis into your solar plexus and heart. Feeling your chest. Feeling that warmth spill up over your shoulders, down your arms and out your hands. Maybe they feel warm. Maybe they don't. Allowing your neck to relax. Feeling the expansiveness of your throat. Allowing your jaw to relax. Allowing your mind to empty and notice what's behind it. Notice the expanse behind your mind. Breathing deeply, feeling all of your centers pulse, feeling the warmth in every cell in your body. Allow this feeling to crescendo. Allow this feeling to spill up over the top of your head. Some of it going to the divine in gratitude, and a lot of it filling your aura all around you like a big waterfall. Filling your aura with this divine light, with the energetic purpose of your soul embedded right in it. Allowing yourself to become brighter and more glowing. Breathing deeply, enjoying this feeling. And then with intention, call all your energy back from outside into your aura and into your heart space. And then send it from your heart space back out into your aura. It's like a muscle, calling it upon demand. This is a feeling of self-healing. This is a feeling of being in your power. This is the feeling of faith. Something that only you can feel, but you know it's true. Take a minute or two to just fully enjoy these feelings. And when you're ready, wiggle your toes, wiggle your nose, open your eyes, and come on back.
You know, before we were recording,
Yeah,
the bell sounded really nice.
yeah.
Through that whole exercise, it was just thud, thud, thud.
Does it really? That's all right.
I didn't want to stop you, but
That's all right. That's all right.
I don't know why Zoom does that.
I don't know. Whatever. So it just came across to you as thud, thud, thud.
Mhm.
Well, that's really kind of a sick feeling, right?
Well, I'm able to do the exercise anyway.
I know. Well, okay.
I just imagined the bell ringing because I know what it sounded like.
Oh, well, life goes on.
Life goes on. That's an interesting meditation. So
How is it?
do you send out healing energy during that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Especially the ones I've got recorded. So I teach people first, like that was 3 meditations in one. That's kind of a rush job. But first I just teach them to feel the feeling in their heart. And then I get them to receive from nature. And then I do this third one. And that's a Sacred Soul Self-Care Kit I sell for $77. And
Nice.
it's the foundation of when I take them in, then everything I used to do in tapping, which is a really great subconscious shifting type thing. I now get them to do it from this meditative state.
Mhm.
And it anchors it in so much deeper and so much more completely. And wow, what I love about it is, when you're trying to heal, something from the outside in, that can be, I mean, yeah, you get little wins and stuff like that, but it's exhausting.
Yeah.
But when you start from the glow out,
Yeah.
most of the superficial stuff falls away, and then it's just your core stuff that's there, and
Yeah.
it's so much less intense.
Well, I'm probably not a good candidate because I'm in touch with my soul purpose, and
Right.
I've dealt
Yeah.
with a lot of the issues. But
Oh,
if
no, no,
I
no, no, no.
hadn't,
But just feeling the glow is always just is a good thing. That's how we raise a vibration, right?
yep. Well, I was able to talk to Source and ask, am I living my soul? Because that's one question I'm always asking. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And I got confirmation again. Yes, you keep doing what you're doing. I keep being told you don't know your own impact.
Well, see, and that's so it's like you may know your soul purpose and you may know, okay, someone's telling me, like sources telling me, yeah, I'm doing this. But when you really, like I do an integrative exercise to really help you own it, to know it. And then that becomes your unstoppable force moving forward. And yeah. And because especially people that really are brain dominant rely on their brain.
Yeah.
It's got to be strong evidence.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're going to doubt it. Your skeptic's going to come out and say, yeah, no,
Yeah. I'm a scientist.
that's
So
right.
where's the evidence that you're making a difference? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
constantly asking, did you make a difference? Did you make a difference?
well,
Yeah.
but then when you feel this feeling, then you know that you have.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming from. So is
Yeah.
any of that recorded?
Yeah. We're recording.
Oh, we're recording. Oh, this
Yeah.
is fun. This is even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. We've been recording the whole thing.
And you can edit. So maybe you can edit out the meditation and just say, you know,
Was
if
the
it
meditation
comes
that
across as
long?
a thud. I mean, like that's kind of sad if it comes across as a thud. That's how it. This is a soul bowl. And the soul bowl, actually, this is the zeal bowl. That's this point up here. It's a G sharp. And what it does is it resonates at the same frequency as your body.
Ah.
Like the Tibetan bells, they're cool, but they're an octave higher.
Uh-huh.
And these are crystalline, right? Here we go.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah,
crystalline.
I have one like that over there.
Yeah, but our bodies are crystalline in nature as well.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
so
Everything is frequency.
yes, and we are too. And so like, sing the song of your soul is just being happy. Right. So
It's
anyway.
cool. That's great. So you help people then connect with their soul purpose, with their inner power, their inner self, and to feel that glow within and then send that back out. I like that aura healing where you send that energy back out into the aura. That's really
Oh,
good.
and then what that's really good, so many people are like, oh, I'm around a toxic person, I gotta like put up a wall. Well, when you put this glow up, you don't have to do the wall. And with intention, you can talk to their soul, and all of a sudden, either they're not going to be they'll leave, right? Or they're going to be cooperative, or not, it's not going to be that going on anymore.
What I do is from my crown chakra,
Yeah.
I send up pink energy and I let it go like a waterfall through my aura and I spin it around.
Yes.
And I tell my students, I reserve the right to keep my energy clear and clean at all times.
Awesome.
If you're in my energy field, one of two things will happen. You either won't like it and you'll move, or it'll clean up your energy and you'll go, oh, I like it here.
Talk about being in your power. See, this is power, right? This
Yeah.
is power. This is empowerment. So yes, I love it. And
Yeah, that's what I do.
I love that analogy. That's beautiful. Yes. Yes.
And it's up to us to manage our vibration and our 3 feet of space. We have 3 feet around us. That's our space. Now, some people's aura will go way out. And when you're too diluted and you can't manage that, bring your aura back to 3 feet, especially if you're in a crowd. You don't want
Oh,
your
yeah.
aura all over the place because everybody's going to impact you. Bring it back in, especially if you're an empath. You need to have your aura here and keep it clear, because I'm responsible for my 3 feet of around me of space and keeping my chakras aligned and harmonized.
Yeah.
And so
So that I love that 3 feet rule. That's awesome. It's better than the 6 foot rule in the mask we used to have. But it's what I like about it is then you can just grow it and make it so confidently strong that it expands on its naturally on its own. And then the other thing that you probably know, but just didn't say yet because I'm talking, is your soul is a part of us that's we're connected to everything, and it's like a big ripple effect that goes huge. It goes through walls, through your city, through your country, through your nation, around the world. And those are some things that I do. I mean, it's also a real integral part of when you're doing a quantum manifestation where you're shrinking time. Because if time's happening all at once and it's your soul that binds it all together, then we can bring it all in and things are happening a lot quicker. So,
yeah,
yeah.
time only exists with mass. And once you realize you don't actually have mass, then there is no time.
And there's no, well, then what there also is, we should be able to change our bodies right away too. It's just those silly beliefs that we got going, all those automatic systems.
I keep working on that. I'm not quite there yet.
I'm good with getting my energy going. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
I did heal cancer. Well, the angels helped me heal it. Because I refuse to go and do anything. I won't do Western medicine.
Yeah.
I knew I had cancer and I went to the doctor. I waited until I was in so much pain I couldn't stand it. And then I went to the doctor and he says, "Oh, I got to send you to a specialist." And so I went home and did a shamanic journey, crying and begging for help. And in comes Raphael and these 3 angels, and they work on me, and I passed out. And when I woke up, it was dark, and the first thing I noticed was the pain was gone. Then when I went to the specialist, he says, "You have this kind of cancer, but it looks like it's going away." And so if it's not gone in a couple of weeks, come back. And I never had to go back.
Oh, that's incredible. I love stories like that. That's incredible.
And I know
Yeah.
I can control my blood pressure. I can control my heart rate. I won't tell you all those stories, but um, we do have complete control over our bodies when we work at it. It just, I've been working at it a long time, and I still don't have the body I want. I still want to be 21 again.
Well, there's a store.
Reverse the aging, be 21 again.
There's a store with clothes in it. We can try that. Go from the outside in,
Yeah.
for every
So I
21.
haven't figured out how to do that yet, because in theory, we should never have to die because the soul is eternal.
Well, I'm working on that with the Chinese 5 elements.
Uh-huh.
And then, so it's a combination of Chinese 5 elements and this addiction healing that I've got going, where you can you can hold space and take color and send it up and down. Well, you hold the addiction that you've got in mind. And set the intention. You got your where I'm going instead, letting go of one, or going over to the other. And then if you're doing it for someone else or doing it for yourself, is you start at the top and you send purple energy down, like the musculoskeletal system, because I'm a massage therapist and I do that a lot in my massages. And then orange energy back up, because seeing yourself in a different way, feeling yourself in a different way. And you can do that for all the body systems, and for health and for addictions. And cancer is a rejection of yourself. And
Also anger,
oh
repressed
yeah, what
rage.
anger is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an acupuncturist, right?
Oh, oh, good. So what I've been doing, and I'm taking 5 element classes, and no, I'm not an acupuncturist, but the heart's at the top, right? And then then you go to earth, and then metal, and then water, and then wood. And long story short is I can take the negative emotions, like if you know that you have a lot of fear. Well, so what fuels what's going to calm the fear? Well, it's the mother energy from the earth, right? And so, but what's the higher side of
Well, fear is kidneys, which is water, and
right?
earth controls water in five element theory.
Yes, that's what I tried to say in my words, not five element words. So what I would do is I would send from mother, and if mother was weak, well, where does she get her energy? From fire, right? From passion and from purpose, which is hard. And then, so if she needed some, I would give her, but basically I would go to her and then I would set the intention, because we're all, like, I've always heard that kidney is all about fear and whatnot, but what's the higher self side of it? Well, the higher self side of that is belief in yourself, of
Oh, okay.
and faith and those kinds of things. Of what I just kind of took us all through, right? And so then I would just do that, and then follow it around the thing. I'm not hep on it right now to explain it, especially to someone that does it for a living.
Well, my Own for Success program, I go through the five elements and the different energy systems. Like Ayurvedic medicine has three doshas, but the doshas align with the five elements. So you can think of metal as air, right? Because it's the lungs. So that's the
Yes,
air
definitely.
element.
Lungs and chest.
And wood, the wood element is the same as aether. Americans say ether, but it's actually aether. And scientists have now proven aether exists, whereas in the, I think, late 1700s, early 1800s, scientists said aether doesn't exist, and they went down to four elements in Western culture. And now they're putting the fifth element back in, but both all over Asia, all of the Indians and the Chinese all knew there were five elements all along. And so
Well,
we're only
yes.
learning to put the fifth element back in.
Well, and the other thing about the five things is the soul personality profiles. There's five of them, and they all relate. You can all put them in each of the five elements.
Same with human design. I've mapped human design to the five elements as well.
That's huge. That's like so huge. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, in our mind's eye, as healers, energy healers, when we get that down, like you might stick a needle in to bring up and strengthen, weaken, modify, nourish, all those words, right?
Yeah.
You can do that just with energetic intention.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's huge. And like I did it like a triple burner was like fight or flight, right? I'm always like, and I couldn't relax and I couldn't sleep at night. And so, I was tracing the meridians, and that was helpful. But
Mm-hmm.
when I set the intention and talk to it and say, yes, we've been in fight or flight our whole life. There's no bear chasing us, not even a dancing bear, right? We're safe. It's just emotional pain. And we've handled that emotional pain. Look at our kidneys. They're happy, right? There's no need to be in fight or flight. We can go into peace. And parasympathetic peace. And I did that with energy and with intention, because I fully believe that we can do it with energy, we can do it with the angels, but our mindset, our subconscious has to follow along. Otherwise, we'll resist and go back, because that's
Whenever I have a new patient, the first thing I do is get them out of fight or flight, because you
yes.
can't heal someone in fight or flight mode. They're stuck. And
And
so
that's
that's
why
a lesson to your listeners here. You're in
I
fight
know.
or
Well, and
flight.
that's why I bring
That's why you
everybody.
won't heal.
I agree completely. Thank God someone's listening, or already knows what I kind of like love, and that's why I teach that meditation because that takes you out of fight or flight.
Yeah, it does.
It
Yeah.
does, I asked my mystery school teacher, "What's the feeling of being grounded?" Because I got so tired of saying, "Well, just stick a grounding cord down to earth," and I imagined something about like this big, which was not enough for me, and so I started imagining like a big dais, which was helpful, but that was cumbersome. But but when you do that, you're bringing heaven into your body and making it safe. And the feeling of being grounded is being present, which is that feeling of delight in every cell in your body. And then when you radiate that out, That's how you manifest, and that's how you make heaven on earth.
Mhm.
Yes, it's so amazing.
Yeah, I was listening to this YouTube guy and he says, here's how you manifest. You do this, you do that, and you have to visualize three things coming into your life in the next week. I said, okay. And I said, I want these three things. It was actually the same thing, and I wanted three of them, and I got it within 24 hours.
Oh,
Three. I got that one down.
that's awesome. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, we control our lives and we don't realize just how much we control our lives. And when you start to realize it and work on it, the one thing that I tell people not to forget is we are not alone. Yes, we're all one and we're all a soul and everybody's a manifestation of us, but we are also a collective. And a lot of people don't understand what it means to be part of a collective. When you're part of a collective and you want to manifest this, someone else has to want to contribute what you're
Well, you gotta find them, right? Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yes.
you don't have to find them.
So it's
It happens
co-creation.
at a soul level. Your soul sends a message out. Those souls that want to collaborate say yes, and then you collaborate.
Yeah, and that goes for having an experience you really rather not have, as well as having the experiences that you really do desire.
Well, some things happen because that's life.
Well, to bring the contrast so you kind of know it. Yeah. We can go on forever about this, but yeah.
Yeah, we could. I was just thinking about my dog that died last week.
Oh,
Life happens, you
yeah.
know.
Well,
There's
that
a
does
beginning, a middle, and an end. And for my little doggie, that was her end. I wasn't ready for it. The
happen.
irony is the night before, she's a very, very telepathic dog. And I asked her, because she was really old, she hardly had any hair left. Her teeth had all fallen out. She could only eat soft food. She was blind in one eye and half blind in the other and almost completely deaf. I mean, she was ready to go. And I asked her the night before, do you want me to put you down? And she said no. And her eyes were bright and sparkly. And I held up a treat and she ran across the room and took her treat. And she always said thank you. She came back after she ate it and said thank you. And she died in her sleep that night. And it's like, I just didn't expect it. It was like, oh my God.
Well, you got a really good last memory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a gift.
Yeah, I think she knew that I am traumatized by having to put dogs down.
Yeah.
Um, the dog I had in California when I had to put down, I didn't get over it for years. And then my last dog that I had that was a friend of the dog that died last week, she had a stroke and I rushed her to the vet. And by the time I got there, she was already in a coma and we had to put her down. So Phoebe knew that I had this trauma about losing a dog. So she went in her sleep. So it was peaceful and calm. And I think she knew.
Yeah. That's amazing what those animals know. I had a
So
cat.
you
Well, I didn't.
have a free gift for our audience called Soul Purpose Assessment. Tell us about your free gift.
So it's a soul purpose assessment. And like I mentioned before, when you know who you are at the soul level, maybe you know it in your head and you can make decisions like that. But actually, knowing who you are, the personalities and qualities of it, your lower self part and your higher self part is so self-validating, and it enables you to have choice, and you understand yourself better and have compassion for yourself better. So you can accept the parts of you that are you might not like as much a lot easier, knowing
Mhm.
that, oh, that's just
Mhm.
part of the game, right? And then you understand other people better. So the soul purpose assessments, like a broad stroke, get you on the page. Yes, I'm a leader, and yeah, I'm really strong in being creative, or I'm really strong at being organized. And there's a few things other like that in there. There's five, right? We were talking about five elements.
Mhm.
And what's your unique balance? Um, the automatic results will show you unequivocally, yeah, you're a leader and you're strong in these. And we'll also point out the heart block lessons that you need to overcome in order to be in your higher self and connected with your soul purpose all the time. But if you want more, then there's a invite to have a free call with me. And I have a range of services that are going to range from, high-end one-on-one to medium-end one-on-one and group. And then all this, I have courses and programs on my website that like what I'm working on right now that I was late for the interview for was how to go from anger, rage, and the hurt underneath it. And chase that energy up. Get it out of your body, and then chase the energy of change, because it's life force energy of change, into self-respecting win-win boundaries, so that it takes the kick me sign off your back. You stop sabotaging yourself some more. You up your belief in yourself. And so direct application is you can charge more money, and because you know your value, without it's like, yeah, I deserve this, like, duh. And you can be vulnerable and have people that formerly didn't respect you as well all of a sudden notice you and
Mhm.
have that respect. And what's really cool about it is, especially with the narcissistic relationships where we want to get them out of our life, which I think is a really great first step. But when there are family members, especially when our parents get old and they get really cranky, it's hard and difficult to deal with. But to all of a sudden put a boundary around you, much like you were saying before with your pink and purple going around you, is this is what I'm willing to, this is the boundary I put around my worth and my value. And either you're going to agree with it or you're going to go somewhere else. And that's the same
And
thing.
that's okay.
And that's okay. And basically, and that how to do that in a systematic way. And that's, I have a bunch of stuff like that, the four power archetypes Carolyn Myss talks about, how to integrate them, and forgiveness. And of course, there's my soul's money making genius self-paced program.
Cool. So for those of you on YouTube, I'm going to post the link down below. And if you're listening to the podcast, you won't be able to see the link down below. So you'll have to go to soulpurposeassessment.com/0. That's
Or you can
soul.
just go to, GraceMosgeller.com and find the link on there. That's easier too.
Well, I think people can remember soulpurposeassessment.com.
Okay, sorry.
/0.
Yeah.
But if you can remember GraceMosgeller.com and how to spell Mosgeller, you're cool. Okay, Grace, it's been wonderful talking to you. Do you have any closing words for us today?
Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Be happy, and get your pink going around your aura. Get your glow going on inside. It's they say seek ye first the kingdom of God. This is that.
Absolutely. And thank you for being our guest today. And remember, everyone, to be the light you want to see in the world.
Thank you.